What is going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new video. If you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. My name is Jansen Smith and I'm a Amazon FBA seller. So if you're interested in anything to do with Amazon FBA, then you found the right channel. If you do like the content of this video or anything else on my channel, remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell. In today's video, what I'm going to be talking about is a bit of a sales update, a bit of an update on my progress with Amazon FBA. Then why I think it's too late to start Amazon FBA in 2018. So the two are kind of linked. And then I'm going to go on to why I don't think it's too late to get into Amazon FBA and launch and absolutely smash it in 2019. Okay, so in terms of an update on where I am in my Amazon journey, for those of you that have seen some of my previous videos, you'll know that I sold out back in the beginning of September, and I did a video on my launch strategy that enabled me to do that in 2 weeks. So sold out in the beginning of September, and I immediately decided to reorder. I did a much bigger order with my supplier. So my initial order was 1,000 units, and my second one I did for 3,000 because I thought I want to get enough stock in for, say, end of October, November time, and I want to be able to make sure I've got enough to basically sell out again with the heightened demand for Christmas. So I did a new order, I think like the second week of September, and I thought that would be more than enough time to get the stock in for Christmas and to be able to absolutely take advantage of the extremely high demand that you get with Q4. So I paid for my stock. The supplier replied back to me and said everything was progressing really well. Then the beginning of October, I think it was the first week, China had like a mid-autumn holiday or something. It's something that we don't have over here in Europe. But essentially everything shut down for the week. So my supplier went offline, and they did warn me about it. So what I said to them just before that was, is there any possibility that you can send, like say 500 units first instead of every single unit of my order, so the 3,000 units? And they said, yeah, that should be absolutely fine. However, unfortunately, they slightly missed the deadline, and it meant that I missed that critical week. I missed a week, which was when China basically shut down. So after everyone came back, I spoke with the supplier again, and he said, good news, the stock is now ready. So the 500 units, the smaller order of the 3,000, we can send that out to you now, and it should take 2 weeks, okay? So that was, I think that was the second week of October. So I was thinking, great, I'm gonna have stock by the end of October. I'm gonna be back to selling, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna hopefully sell out by Christmas. So 2 weeks ago, I was given tracking details, and I tracked it, and it said it was in customs in Germany. Then a week later, it cleared customs. So that was last Monday. So you'd think that since it cleared customs a week ago, it'd probably be with Amazon by now. Wrong, okay? Guys, it's not even moved at all. I'm so frustrated. So on last Monday, I saw that it hadn't moved for like 3 days. I called UPS and they were just completely useless. They said, oh, we're not really sure where the item is, because when you track it, it says in transit. So it doesn't actually say exactly where it is. It said in transit, as in it had left Germany because it cleared customs and it was coming to London. But it said that for 4 or 5 days. So when I spoke to UPS, they said, we're not sure where it is. You'll have to get your supplier to get in touch. And obviously with the time difference, it just means it's really difficult to be able to get my supplier to call UPS Europe to be able to find where the package is. I mean, it's not a small package. It's like 40 kilos or something. It's pretty big. So I'm getting really frustrated at this. So anyway, I spoke with the supplier and they said, don't worry, we'll sort it out. So on Wednesday of last week, they emailed me again and said, the issue isn't with UPS, it's with Amazon. Amazon is too full. The distribution center that you sent it to is too full to take any more stock for the time being. And they told UPS to basically hold the stock. So what I've done is I've done a bit of research, and I found that this is basically really common. I'm really surprised that I've never seen this mentioned before. Basically, when it gets to end of September, October time, Amazon just gets absolutely jammed because everybody like me and other Amazon sellers are taking advantage of the fact that they know that Q4 is absolute madness, and that's when people start to do Christmas shopping. So I've, like I say, I've looked online, and it's not just my distribution centre that's full. Apparently it's pretty much all of them, and you have to expect delays of 2 or 3 weeks before your item will even be accepted by Amazon. Then in addition to that, you've then got another couple of weeks where you have to wait for Amazon to be able to scan your items and then send them to other distribution centres. So you can imagine how frustrated I feel at this, because I had that amazing spell of sales. So I was selling for 2 weeks at the back end of August, start of September. You know, I was seeing like sales of up to 60 units a day, thinking this is absolutely brilliant. The opportunity to make a lot of money here is really endless. And with Christmas coming up, I was just getting really excited. So you can imagine how frustrated I now feel. I feel like before I discovered Amazon FBA, or just when I discovered it, I felt like I knew of like a massive party. I could see a massive party happening, but I didn't have a ticket. I wasn't allowed in, and that in itself was a bit frustrating. Now I feel that I've been to the party, I've had an amazing time. I've gone out to get a drink or something. I've got the ticket to get back in, but they won't let me back in. They're like, sorry, we're too full, we're too busy. And I can see people inside this party having an incredible time, and I just feel a bit left out. So the situation's a bit, in limbo at the minute. I've checked on tracking again today, and it's now a week since it cleared customs. It still just says in transit, and I think I'm just going to have to learn to be patient. So this leads me to the title of my video: why I think it's too late to start Amazon FBA if you want to get started in 2018. And I know a lot of people, like I've had a lot of messages on Facebook, on the Amazon FBA Smashers group, from people saying, I really want to get started with Amazon. Is it too late to get selling before Christmas? And my response is, you've got to remember, this is a real business. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's a business where you need to take the time to find the right product and be able to actually market it properly, and be able to actually ensure that you achieve as much success as possible, and that your business is successful and profitable. Guys, remember, this is a long-term business. You're going to have so many Christmases. If your business is as successful as I want mine to be, then missing one Christmas is not going to make one bit of difference whatsoever. You're going to have next Christmas, the Christmas after that, the Christmas after that. You're going to have countless Christmases to absolutely smash it. So the one thing that you definitely shouldn't do is find a product, you think, yeah, it's okay, get some, substandard branding, substandard listing, and just basically rush the whole process just to try and get in for the Christmas rush. So in addition to that, I think that even if you do find a product, and if you are at the point now where you're about to order, I'm not confident that you're going to be able to get it to Amazon in time. Based on my experience, the fact that I did a reorder in September, it took a month to manufacture, and then it's taken 2 or 3 weeks to kind of get through the whole customs and delivery process. I'm not confident that if you were to order now, that you'd be able to actually get the stock into Amazon in time to get the Christmas rush. So my take home for this part about getting started and trying to rush is, don't rush. Make sure you perfect your product as much as you can, so that when you do launch, you absolutely smash it. You have the most successful launch that you possibly can, that you sell out, and that you can then keep replenishing stock and just continue to grow. Okay, so then in terms of the question of whether it's too late to start Amazon FBA full stop, my answer for this is obviously no. That's the short answer. Remember that I've only started my Amazon FBA journey really in May, started doing the product research then. I then launched the product in end of August and then sold out. That should show you already that Amazon FBA in the UK definitely isn't oversaturated. There's definitely room on Amazon FBA for more sellers to come in and to sell a product. However, I will caveat that with, I think that it is too late to do Amazon FBA full stop if you're not willing to put the effort in. If you're not willing to differentiate and give the customer a reason to choose you versus a competitor, you're not going to succeed. Amazon FBA still has so many opportunities for new sellers, new people just getting into the process, to be able to find a product, to be able to absolutely smash it. Now, although a lot of people say that nowadays Amazon's so big, the competition's way higher, How am I going to be able to get in and be able to sell? One thing that you've got to remember is that although Amazon is a lot more competitive now, there's way more sellers compared to say 5 years ago. The number of users that actually use Amazon today is far higher. So the two kind of cancel out. So just as an example, when I was at university, I used to sell on eBay, and I sold a bit on Amazon, not a huge amount. It wasn't Amazon FBA, it was just fulfilled by a merchant. And I think from memory, the most amount of sales I got was probably 2 or 3 a day. It wasn't big at all. And I do remember the competition was certainly a lot lower. Okay, so that contrast to today, the competition on Amazon is a lot higher. There's way more sellers trying to sell different variations of products and things like that. But the number of people who are going onto Amazon in order to buy products is far higher. So as long as you can find a product that's a bit different, that you can differentiate a bit, that you can bundle something with, that you can give the customer a reason to choose you over a competitor, which you definitely can. Like the amount of times I've gone on Amazon and looked at ranges of products, and the sellers typically put zero effort into the product, so they've not optimized the listing, they've not got good photos, they've not bundled the product. The amount of times I've seen that, and I've thought there's so much opportunity here for somebody to come in and to be able to actually steal their sales. So that should really highlight to you guys that all it does is for you to actually put in a bit of effort, be a bit creative, and you'll definitely be able to sell well on Amazon. There's a really good Chinese proverb that says, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. And that's completely true with Amazon. Yes, if you'd started selling on Amazon 5 years ago, like a fairly standard product, you probably will have done quite well. But that doesn't mean to say that you can't start today and be able to, generate really good sales as well. The difference in general of listing quality today and 5 years ago is huge. I'm sure 5 years ago, when the competition wasn't that good, you could probably just whip up a bog standard listing, with 5 bullets, that's it, and a standard picture, and probably do quite well. However, today you're not going to be able to do that. But that again is more opportunity for us. We know how to optimize listings. We know how to make a listing sell out. Through the power of like YouTube and Facebook groups and courses and things like that, we are able to actually put ourselves at an advantage in order to be able to beat all the other people that don't do that. You won't believe the amount of people that sell on Amazon that haven't actually got a clue of what they're doing. They don't take courses, they don't look on YouTube for guides, they don't ask people on Facebook for guidance, and it's people like me, and I'm more than happy to give you guys guidance so that you can succeed. So there's really no reason why you can't overtake these people that are selling online with just standard listings and be able to have a really successful business. And just as an example of how big Amazon is and how big it's going to continue to get, look at this here. This is the Amazon UK's revenue in billions over the past 7 years. So you can see on 2010, it was 2.5 billion. So that's about the time that I was at university and I was selling on eBay and with a little bit on Amazon. Look how much it's grown since then. It's like, it's what is it, like three times bigger. It's growing. So it had the year-on-year growth shrunk a bit from 2010 to 2014. Not sure why that was, but you can see in the UK alone, 14 to 17, it's growing a huge amount. I mean, just from 16 to 17, it grew 25%. And guys, it's only going to get bigger. Like just this week, we've seen Debenhams has announced that they're shutting down loads of stores. They're not, getting as many sales as they used to because people are increasingly switching to online. In addition to that, we had Toys R Us closed down. We've had loads of other examples of high street stores shutting down because they're losing out to online retailers like Amazon. It's only going to continue. More and more people shop with Amazon. And the place that I work, every single day, I work for quite a big company. Every single day, I see Amazon packages coming in. More and more people ordering online, and it's just going to continue. It's absolutely crazy how much gets sold through Amazon. So that should give you guys the motivation that there's definitely still room. It's not oversaturated. There's definitely still room to sell on Amazon, provided you choose the right product, you don't rush into it, and you're able to offer something that somebody else isn't. Just remember, it's a good thing that you're even here now watching this video. You've taken action, you're learning how to do Amazon. It just shows that you're willing to put in that extra effort to be able to blow the competition out the water and to be creative and to offer something that somebody else hasn't offered. Just to give you guys an example for something that you might think was oversaturated. So back in, say, 2002, if you were to go to the supermarkets and to look for like a packet of crisps or something, you typically go for like Walkers or Hula Hoops or KP crisps, something like that. If somebody were to say to you, do you want to launch a new type of crisps? You'd be like, no way, it's too oversaturated. There's too many people doing it. The guys that are already selling have already got the biggest market share. But a company called Tyrrell's came along and they offered something new to the market. It wasn't the fact that the crisps were new or anything like that. Crisps already existed. It was the fact that they offered this eye-catching packaging, and I'll put an image up here. They offered this eye-catching packaging that really drew the customer's eyes to them. It looked really cool. It was something a bit different. And then when the customer actually bought the product, which they just thought was normal crisps, they found that it was, slightly higher quality. It was a bit tastier. And in the end, that Tyrrell's company did amazingly well. And within 10 years, it was bought out by, I think, a venture capitalist firm or private equity or something for 300 million. And then just last year, it was bought out by KP Crisps for nearly $1 billion. So it just shows you, you can find a product in a saturated market, and as long as you're willing to be creative and to do something different, you're going to be able to sell it. You're going to be able to do well. Don't be put off by the fact that you think that Amazon's too oversaturated, that everyone's doing the same, because provided that you're being creative, you're going to be able to do it well as well. You just need to go with your gut, and provided that you've done the analysis to ensure that there's sufficient demand, that you're going to be profitable and that you're going to make the level of profit that you're aiming for, you need to just take the risk. As I've mentioned before with my product, it's not a perfect product. When I was researching my product, I had all the boxes to tick. I was thinking, is it going to be profitable? Is there enough demand for it? Are there too many competitors? Are there too many competitors with loads of reviews? Lots of different things like that. And the answer to those wasn't no for all of them or yes for all of them. Some of them it failed, but I had the confidence. I thought, I can make a real go of this. I can definitely have a really good listing, and I think that I can, make myself stand out, have a unique selling point. And it's been proven. You just need to have the confidence in yourself, that the work you've done, that the work you've put in stacks up, and you need to take the risk. Remember guys, if you don't play, then you can't win. You are the only limiting factor of your own success. It's down to you. And you need to be able to say to yourself, I've done the work, I've done the analysis, the figures stack up, and you need to just push yourself and go for it. I've proved that you can launch a product successfully that doesn't tick all the boxes. And many other sellers on Amazon have done that too. So my take home for this video is, I'd say it's too late to be able to launch a successful product in 2018 if you're just looking to get started now, but don't let that put you off. This is a real business, it's a long business, it will hopefully be lasting for years and years to come. You're going to have loads more Christmases to come, and don't be put off by the people that say they think Amazon's oversaturated and it's too busy. It's not. Provided that you put in the work, you can make yourself stand out, you're going to be able to smash it. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. If you did enjoy it, remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and if you've got any questions or you'd just like to join a community of people that are looking to help each other out and help each other smash it on Amazon, you can join my Amazon FBA Smashers group on Facebook. I've got a link in the description below. See you for the next video.